my screen, that's when you know we really on. Let me know if any point a screen sharing ain't working, or I'm gonna know that the connection ain't really that for live. The connection over here used to be great. All right. Okay. All right. It's supposed to be done. All right. So it's done right now. So let me pause that. Let me go to the Zoom. Let me press done right there. Okay. So we're good on Zoom. Now let me find. Let me see. I'm gonna do Divine Prospect first. I'm gonna do what's it called? Kingdom Harbinger. Okay.
Oh, his channel name.
Divine Prospect. Yeah, Kingdom Harbinger, something like that. I forgot. Let me do Gentiles. Divine Prospect Gentiles. Let's see what comes up. We're live right now. Okay, so this was response to Divine Prospect. This is this is Matt responding. But I wonder if he played. I wonder if he played some of Divine stuff. Okay, so talk with Divine Prospect. Biblical salvation was Esau White. Okay. I'm looking for some. Who are the Edomites today? It's 9 years ago. So this is the vocab thing I'm looking at. That's Kingdom Harbinger Ministries. So I guess he's the one that he did a Trinity debate. Three of a kind, one of the same. Yeah, so he did a Trinity debate 4 years ago, or a Trinity breakdown. Okay, so I don't see anything on Gentiles. All right, so let me just type in Kingdom Harbinger Ministries. I'm gonna play Matt thing. Kingdom. Okay, so we got. I'm gonna type Gentiles. I'm gonna do salvation. Clubhouse suffering servant. Yeah, so he put the Trinity. He got a lecture where he puts the Trinity on trial. It's 4 hours. It's almost 5 hours. So this is
on the Trinity.
Yeah, so this is something he got the Trinity on trial. So this is something for you. So you can't duck this one. Hold on.
Oh yeah, no, I'll check it out.
This is your thing. I'm gonna put the link in our chat. This is your thing right here. So now you got something you could call them out on. Get your name out there. I put it in our chat. Because I wish somebody would question something that I stand on. Like, cause if I like all in on something, like which would be like chess or bowling, things like that I actually do in real life, I wish somebody would be like, because they got like a lot of jail rules in chess. That's not like by the book. And I gotta check.
And I feel like I got this on one of my playlists already.
All right.
So actually, no, I don't. Okay, yeah, no, I'll check this out. 4 hours though, it's crazy.
Yeah, he don't really. He says Christian Podgers River Lauderback wants smoke, but he don't tell you the topic. Okay, so this is All right, so now I'm gonna just put salvation. I put Gentile. Nothing came up. Is repentance necessary for salvation? I don't want that. Weaning from the breast milk. I don't want that. I guess he believed Jesus was a man of color. See, the whole man of color thing is like subjective. It's like, what is color? Because in your mind, you might be like black as hell. And look at white people say, I like a man. White women say, I like a man tall, dark, and handsome. But in their mind, it's another white man. You know what I mean? It's a white man. There ain't nobody non-white.
Right.
So the whole color man, Jesus Christ is a man of color. You gotta tell me, what is your definition of color? Because if your definition is African black man, then I might debate that. Yeah, I can't see anything clearly on where he went to. So I guess I'll watch Matt videos later on that. Who are Edomites today? How does that? Okay, so we're watching the Immaculate Conception video. Okay, so I guess we're just gonna go to Kaplan. Yeah, he don't have anything. Okay, so let me type. Let me see what this is.
Prospect, you're sleeping on them because the brother's a blessing to the community. So we're going to have this conversation. We mostly talked about ethnicity and salvation, eternal life, according to the Bible. We talked about quite a few things. This is the world's best kept secret. And for those that don't know, before we get into that, I want to just make this clear. The world's best kept secret, what I mean by the world's best kept secret, it is the fact that the people who were captured from West Africa and brought to the Americas during what was called the transatlantic slave trade, those people, those warriors, were actually descendants of the biblical Israelites by genealogy. People that were taken from West Africa during the transatlantic slave trade, most of them were biblical descendants of the biblical Israelites.
Oh, bro, I found.
All right, so that's.
Listen,
Yeah.
give me what you can recall in the Bible of a man being stories of a man or a person being dead and then revived or resurrected. How many do you know?
This doesn't count Jesus' own resurrection, correct?
Yeah. Everybody. Anybody who was dead and they became back alive.
2, possibly 3, depending on how you understand the third story.
Is the third story in the New Testament?
Yeah, the second and the third story are.
Yeah, I kind of know what you're talking about. Okay, so give me. So the other one is probably with Elijah and the boy.
Yep.
And his mom. Okay, so is there another Old Testament one you could think of?
No, that's the only one in the Old Testament.
No, it's not.
See? Yeah, see? No, that's cool. That's cool. I got to get studied up. Where in the Old Testament you looking?
Oh, that's 100%. So basically, when Elisha was buried, right? Apparently,
Elijah?
No, Elisha was buried. So that means Elijah.
Oh, Elisha. Okay.
Translated, but Elisha was dead. Elisha was dead. Right, his time was up, and his successor, another prophet came on. But apparently, some Israelites went to bury a man, and then the enemy is Assyrian. Somebody came by, they got spooked, and they just dropped him, and he fell to the tomb of Elisha. And as soon as he touched Elisha's bones, the guy revived. Like the dead body was now alive.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. Now that you mentioned it.
That's a dead person who was revived. All right. I'm trying to see if he goes into Romans at all.
Okay, so basically 2 and 2.
Yeah.
Outside of Christ, 2 and 2.
All right. So this ain't gonna work. All right. So Divine Prospect, I probably gotta watch. Yes. Okay. So I probably gotta watch Matt thing on Divine Prospect to see what he's talking about. All right. I don't see anything. Let go. Leave it. Okay, let go. All right. So let's see. So let me pull a capture. Water. You like to complete this year's cyber awareness challenge? All right. So now let me pull up cat. Matt was all over Divine Prospect, man. All right. Okay. I found it. All right, so check this out. Oh, I might have had somebody tonight, but I'm not because of my situation. Nah, this ain't stable. But the way I'm gonna question these brothers, so I said 9:30. He was pretty much down. I'm a half an hour out. Let me make sure. Maybe I will get him. Hold on. Let me see, because I got a way I want to question him. And like it's not like a question form debate, so I don't want him to run. It's like really just trying to see what Hold on. Yeah, so there's a couple questions I want to ask just before we get started because I don't want to assume their position. And so basically, I'm gonna ask. We're gonna go to Romans, maybe 9, 11, whatever. And I just want their answers without any rebuttal. Just pick their brain, and then when they give answers, I'm like, okay, Gentiles are Israelites. I got it. So who are the Israelites here? What can't we? I mean, what kingdom is this? Okay, fine. So now we go somewhere else. Same thing. You want to be like, all right. So over here, who's the Gentile? When it says go that way, Gentiles go to the house of Israel. So who's the Gentiles here? Here. Okay, and who's Israel? Who's the lost sheep of the house of Israel?
Right. Okay, so who are the Samaritans?
Who's Samaritans? Okay, cool. You just document, picking his brain. Okay, cool. Now let's go to what's that? Matthew 15:24. Okay, so this Canaanite woman, is she a Gentile? Okay, you got to say yeah. Okay, she's a Gentile. All right. Now, but go to the law. So this Israel. It's the same answer before. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So now we know Samaritan, the Canaanite woman, is a Gentile, and he said I'm going to her. He said it was on mouth, I'm going to her, but then she showed how great her faith was, and he healed her daughter.
Right.
So that's all right. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Then I gotta find that verse with the scatter and disperse. Scatter and disperse. It's important to go there because you want to know who the scattered and dispersed are from their mouth.
Exactly. Yeah. Scattered, dispersed, Samaria,
Yeah,
Gentiles.
let me find that verse real fast because if they try to say one kingdom is dispersed or scattered, then they got to deal with Deuteronomy where all of Israel was scattered. It's like, all right. So we got the scattered. Like, dude, make this make sense. They like so that's how I'm coming at because I'm doing patterns. I'm seeing like, wait a minute. I know y'all answers and I hear y'all logic, but y'all gotta make it make sense over here. And the math ain't mathing.
Right. Exactly.
So the dude is actually ready. So are
you ready to hop on today?
Yeah, right now. So let me first find that scattered dispersed. Let me first find that scattered verse. Okay, so let me go to blue letter. Red. You want chicken nuggets? No, red.
Oh, I'm a hop right back on. Give me a sec.
Yeah. Right, so let me look up disperse real fast. See what I went in the New Testament, not Old. Okay, give me. Okay, so we got disperse. Throughout the country of Judah and Benjamin to every fence. So we got dispersed in Second Chronicles, which shows Israel. And there's a certain people scattered abroad and some other people. We got one in Esther, and we got dispersed in Esther, and I'm not sure what this is talking about. And shall symbol the ark of Israel gather together. Yeah, so dispersed in Isaiah 11. Okay, all right. So Ezekiel 36:19 is going to be important. Okay. Here. Okay. All right. Okay. So hold on. Let me. Coke. Okay. So now I want it in the New Testament. All right. So I don't read. All right, so I got this because dispersed ain't really show up like I thought it was gonna show up in the New Testament. So now I got to do scattered. I don't know where my notepad at. My notepad got all the. All right. Okay, so I got scattered in the Old Testament. Now I just need it scattered in the New Testament, and we're good. So that's what I'm looking for in the New Testament now. Damn. All right, come on, new. Okay, so okay. So I think I might need it in Paul letters. Okay. Damn, nah, this ain't what I thought it was gonna be. Okay, I see it. It's First Peter 1:1. All right, I got it. Okay, so now we got the word strangers here. All right, now I really need my notepad. Okay, so now we got strangers here. All right, so let me get the phone number. So you ain't gonna hear me for a second because I gotta disconnect audio to get the phone number. All right, so give me a second. I got to disconnect audio to get the phone number. All right, so we all good. I got everything now. So I'm waiting on Meech. I'm gonna invite the guy in. Oh my God. Give me a second. It's me, so I'm gonna invite the guy. I'm gonna send the guy the phone number, is what I mean. No. Don't do that. No, watch a cartoon. Once Meech get back, I'm gonna get started. I found my notepad. We're back.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back. All right. Okay, I thought I was looking at the wrong iPad. I can't let the guy in just yet because I told the guy it's 3 of us on. So if he sees 2, he's gonna run. All right. If I wait too long, he's definitely gonna run. Right. Yeah, so I'm just all right, so I got everybody in place except for Meech. And white people are so bored, man. It's like a waste of a race in America. Like, they got all the money in the world. Like, like I must speak on black folks. Like, we're poor. So we try to find stuff to do in our poverty stricken neighborhoods. Because we can't afford to pay the price to go anywhere to have like fun. White folks got all the money in the world and they still do the things we do. As like adolescents and kids. Like I said, you expect us to get in trouble because we don't have the money to go to a state fair or things like that. Single parent, 4 or 5 kids. And they're not punished the same. Like they get the same trouble as we do. We get hit with, 16-year-old get punished as an adult. Them, yeah. I was seeing them parked, well, you know how it says like the tollway zone, or like this is the loading zone, and like don't forget, in white cities the cops be everywhere. In black cities, they ain't the same. Nah, cops don't be like that, and they don't be giving tickets like that. But white cities, cops everywhere, and if you park where it says don't park, you get a ticket or you gotta move right away. Like these guys be parked all in the tollway zone, the loading zone, like it's a regular parking spot, and nothing. BMW's there. Let that be some black folks park like that. I mean, like they really use discriminatory discretion. A police officer has discretion. They can write your ticket or not write your ticket. And that's kind of controversial because it's like, well, why I get a ticket? Like, you call it discretion, but it looks more like discrimination. Because why didn't she get a ticket? And like these white cities that surround my city, like when you leave, it's a car pulled over. I always look to see who's driving. In most cases, they're not. It's you normally somebody black. All right, so let me send the guy the phone number because he's gonna leave. So I can't wait on Meech. All right, get my notepad, and like this stuff is difficult when I get my laptop. So now I gotta physically. I don't have to, but I can't trust my iPad. I'm not used to it. So I gotta like physically write his arguments down, pen and pad type style, the '90s way. You dig? Okay. So where I want to go. So let me share my screen so I could show you guys where I want to go. So yeah, so we're gonna have somebody pull up in a bit. Well, as soon as it's really Meech's fault because as soon as Meech come back, the guy will call in. I'll tell him to hold up. All right. Okay. So, all right. So now I just gotta find out. I'm trying to like stall. Anyway. Okay, so 9 and 24. So Romans. So I want to read to him Romans. Nine 24. So he might read verse 25 if he watches Captain at all. Okay, which is Hosea.
No. Okay.
All right. Okay, so let me go to. So now I'm gonna go to Romans 11. Romans 11:13. Romans 11:13. So I'm gonna read 13. I'm gonna read.
Yeah.
I guess I could read 24. Let me make sure. So 13. Okay, I'm gonna read 17. Okay, so from there, that's what I'm gonna go to. So I'm gonna just get his answers without any rebuttal. Then from there, I'm gonna go to Matthew's 10. I'm gonna look at some of my notes. So forget 1 Peter 1:1. Okay. So maybe I should stay. Yeah, I should stay. Let's open new tabs. I ain't gotta leave. Okay.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna do Matthew. I even know what camp he's from. Simon the Canaanite. What? Wait, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew the publican, James the son of Alphaeus, and Lebbaeus, whose surname was Thaddeus. Simon the Canaanite and Judas Iscariot. Wait a minute, Simon the Canaanite. Simon the wow. I didn't know that. So I'm gonna have him answer that. Matthew's 10 and 4. Then Matthew's 10 and 5. Hmm. All right, so I guess he's just gonna call in.
Daddy.
Yes.
Nine monkey.
Huh? Yes.
The nine monkey.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy.
Yes.
The nine monkey.
Let me see. Look at his tongue. Ew. Okay, go.
Monkey.
Okay, go to monkey.
Look, a monkey.
Let me see the monkey. Oh, that's a monkey.
A monkey.
Hey, kissy, kissy, kissy. Kissy, kissy, kissy.
No.
Okay. That's a monkey.
No, this is. Look.
Let me see.
I like
Oh.
it.
They got eggs. He got eggs. Careful.
Careful.
All right, so the guys he's locked in. All right, so Matthew's 10:5, and then Matthew's 15 and 24. Matthew's 22. So Matthew's really depend really. Let's say 22 to about 24. And then the most important verse here is 28. 28. Okay. Let me go to Peter's 1:1. The guy's ready. He told me to let me know. So I'm at the. I think Meet's at work. So I think First Peter 1:1 is talking about the scattered. Yeah, strangers scattered. All right, so strangers scattered. Let me look real fast in the notes. Okay. All right, so Deuteronomy 20. Yeah, I could go there. Okay, I could do that. Okay. Okay, Romans 9:6. I gotta do Romans 9:6. So I'm just having them call in other. Okay, so this is the guy from. Okay, I got it. Hmm. Okay, I got it. I'll just make sure. Okay. Okay, then we got. Okay. I made him with Pastor. All right. Let me see the chat. Yeah, I might need ILCK help with some of this stuff right here. I reached out to Matt already. Matt gonna help. I know ILCK be having some stuff. So I'm gonna need ILCK help with some of this stuff.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely forgot to join back. I was talking up to me at work.
All right. Yeah, I'm about that. Yeah, he been ready. So I was gonna have him call back in anyway, with or without you, but he's gonna call in right now. He's from a camp, so I know what camp he's from. Definitely a One West camp. All right, so I'm gonna ask him a series of questions, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 questions,
Yeah.
but they all will be quick. All right. So before I read Romans 9 and 6, so all Israel, once he tell me that the Gentiles are Israelites, and he goes to explain why, then I'm gonna say, okay, so all Gentiles aren't Gentiles. Right? So
Right.
that's a setup for us. So all Israel ain't Israel. It's gonna be hilarious.
And then
Once you say the Gentiles, huh? What happened?
I was saying then you got to show him Esther.
Oh yeah, that's afterwards, right? So once he say the Israelites are Gentiles, I'm gonna say so all Gentiles aren't Gentiles. He might be confused because some of Israel. Once he say yes, I'm gonna repeat it again. I'm gonna say, but so is it the same on the opposite true? All Israel ain't Israel?
Right.
Yeah. But you got to say the Gentile thing first, because he gonna say it first. Because once you read Romans 9, because I'm going to Romans 9 first, and Romans 11 set him up. So if he borrows Captain argument from Romans 9:25 of Hosea, then he's gonna be in for a surprise at the rebuttal. I'm gonna actually agree. Oh, the strangers, man. Okay. We gotta talk about the Exodus strangers, yeah. Exodus 12 and 43. We gotta talk about these strangers.
Yeah.
Now,
Did you see that other verse that I sent you?
I'm not sure off top.
Exodus 22:21.
No, I ain't get that one. What does that say?
Thou shalt neither vex the stranger nor oppress him. You were strangers in the land of Egypt.
He's in right now. So don't forget, he's get ready for his rebuttal. He's going to say stranger of Israel. All right. What's his name? All right, so I'm letting him right now. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I gathered, right? So when I read Acts chapter 2, when I read Romans, really Apostle Paul letters, when I read these letters, that's why I come to that conclusion. I'm getting that pretty much what we always learned anyway, like the Gentiles get salvation, so that's just what
Daddy.
what it comes down to. Yes.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So so I just wanted to lay that right there, So when you look at Acts 2, Romans 9, Romans 11, it's a heavy emphasis on Gentiles being grafted in, and also, because Israel didn't have faith like Gentiles. So that's pretty much where we're at. So I think the brother on now. How you doing, brother?
Hey, what's going on, brother? Shalom.
Okay, say that again.
I said shalom, brother. How you doing?
Oh, shalom. What's your name, brother?
My name is Asa.
I didn't hear you.
Asa.
Okay, Asa. All right. Okay. That's like a familiar name. I think I've seen that name before. How you been, brother? How's your night going on so far?
It's blessed, brother. Another night. Just joining in, see what the discussion is on.
Yeah, definitely. So would you call yourself? Yes.
Asa.
Yeah. So would you call yourself a Christian or Jehovah's Witness? What do you want? Asa, would you call yourself a Christian or a Jehovah's Witness?
Well, I wouldn't call myself either.
Okay.
I'm basically. I'm biblically from the tribe of Judah. I've traced my lineage back, so I know where I'm from.
Oh, a Hebrew.
Not Hebrew. I'm not a Hebrew. I'm an Israelite, but I'm not a Hebrew.
What's the difference?
Hebrew. What is a Hebrew? I'm gonna ask you that first. Then, so I want to hear your explanation. It's not to judge you or nothing. I just want to hear.
From my limited information, a Hebrew comes after Abraham offspring.
Okay. So okay. Well, let's go here. Hebrew comes from Abraham's dad, and
right.
Hebrew is a language. It wasn't a nationality. Now in the Bible, when it says the God of the Hebrews, they weren't meaning Hebrew as a nationality. They're saying God of the Hebrew speaking people, because God only speaks Hebrew.
Okay,
that's all God. Right, so that's what just for instance, just like when they say when so-called Hispanics call themselves Spanish, well, that's not a nationality or a bloodline, because Spanish is a language. It's not a people.
Right.
So that's the same thing with Hebrew. So anywhere in the Bible, you don't see. I know you hear the word Hebrew Israelites. There's no such thing, because it's not in the Bible. It's not written. These are Hebrew Israelites.
Right. You know what? You're now the way you put it that way, you're actually right. It never says Hebrew Israelites. You're actually correct. It says the house of Israel.
Right, the house of Israel. Now Jacob, right? Because his name was Israel's name was Jacob before. He was born as a Hebrew, but when God changed his name to Israel, instantly that became a new nation of people. Why? Because that's the Israelites were descended from him, and those born during Jacob's time and before, those were all Hebrews.
Right.
Those were the speaking people.
Okay. So now, did the Israelites speak Hebrew?
Yes, they did. They did, like I said, because it's a language, right? It's a language. Remember when they were in Egypt? Remember, the Israelites didn't know who God was.
Right.
They just knew they had God, right? They just knew they had God. They say, and even the Pharaoh would say, "Who is this God of you Hebrews? Who is this God of you Hebrews?" All he was saying is you Hebrew speaking people. Who is this God that y'all keep calling out? We know such no God of. Remember, the Pharaoh kept saying, "I don't know no God of no Hebrew." He worshiped Osiris. So yes, they do. Yes, the Israelites do speak Hebrew. Yes, because it's just a language. That's all it is. Just a language. It was never a true bloodline. Abraham, Isaac, all the way back to Adam, they were all Israelites. They were all Israelites.
Okay.
All of them. All of them were Israelites, because the Bible tells you that they all, even back to Adam, they all descend from Jews. Everybody descends from these 12 tribes of Israel descends from Jews, so they all have to be Israelites. It just came in context of how their names changed, throughout the Bible. They weren't even called the children of Israel at first, you know what I mean? And then it changed to something else. As you read, as you read from the Old Testament into the Apocrypha, into the New Testament.
Yeah, interesting. Very. So what we were talking about really that led to, we were talking about salvation, right? Who is it for? So, do you believe that the controversy came from this question? So let me ask you your answer. Do you believe white people will be grafted in?
It ain't just white people. I'm gonna give you from my learning.
All right. I only said white people. I only said white people because they did the worst on it, right?
Right,
so,
and they're gonna pay the worst. They are biblically called Edom in the Bible. That's Edom, but it's just not them, because only when you read in the Bible who will be saved, as when you read in Romans 9:25-27, it's going to tell you that Romans 11:5, it's going to tell you that the only remnant will be saved is Israel. Of all the Israelites, that 1/3 will be saved. So there's 18 nations on the planet.
Right.
12 of them are the 12 tribes of Israel, and then you have the so-called Edomites, which are Europeans or white people. Then you have the Japanese, that's Moab. You have the Japanese is Ammon. The Chinese is Moab. The Arab man, who is called Ishmael, right? And then you have Amalek, that's the so-called Jewish in Israel now. And then you have the East Indians. That name just don't pop off at the top of my head right now, but they're biblical names. So those are the other nations, which make the complete 18 nations. There's no more than 18 nations of people on this planet, as what the Bible states. Those people will not be drafted in with it. When you read the Bible, and I'm just giving you my understanding. When you go through Romans, and do you mind if I, read some verses? Do you mind that, so I can explain? Let's start at Romans 11:1, and I just give you a quick brief of, I don't want to hold up a whole bunch. I know other people got stuff to say.
We're engaged. Okay, brother.
Okay. So Romans 11:1. Romans.
It says, I say this, as God cast away his people. God forbid.
God forbid. I mean, hell no, right? No, I ain't forgot my people.
He
For
says,
I also am an Israelite
of the seed of Abraham.
Of the seed of Abraham. Right? From the tribe. Right. Which would be, today would be the Jamaicans, the so-called Jamaicans. God has not cast away his people, which he foreknew. He's saying foreknew. So it's foreknew. That means these is the only people that
I think he hung up by mistake. So he'll probably call back in. You hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening. I heard the last part of it. Foreknew. You guys went into Romans 11?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Daddy, a dog.
Oh, screen share. Okay. How about I say, my screen share?
Daddy,
All right. So let me stop sharing my screen for a sec.
Daddy,
I'm about to say, excuse me. When you were screen sharing, you were screenshotting, and we could all see it. I don't think he can see it though on his phone.
Yeah. I knew that. I knew that. I was screenshotting his phone number just in case I gotta call him back.
Where you going? Oh, you should go to the Poke Bowl.
Fucker's in uniform.
Oh, so you can't go. Okay, so you can't. So he can't go out and eat. You gotta.
I'd be over there, but he can't get out.
Fun. Mm-hmm. Well, you got like 3 layers on.
Yeah, so I'm just building his confidence.
Oh,
yeah. And don't forget, like I'm not really gonna do too much challenging tonight. I don't.
You gotta tell him. You gotta tell him you're from Judah as well.
I'm not really interested in a debate tonight.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
see where they go.
Yeah, I just want to know. Not even for myself, just for the people.
Well, for the because he's just kind of somebody on the like a soldier that's kind of just
Right. So this is really just for the people. Hey, stop it. If you sleep, you go to sleep. You ain't gotta do all that to go to sleep.
You know what Hassan's best argument is against the Trinity?
What's that?
How can God have a God? That's his best argument. And it's funny because Hebrews 1:8, God the Father says to the Son, he says, God, he calls the Son God. He says, God, your God has anointed you. So that's how God can have a God right there. Easy.
Wait, say that again.
In Hebrews 1:8, the Father speaking to the Son, and he says, God, thy God hath anointed you with the oil of gladness. He calls the Son God, and he says, your God. So the Father calls him God, and then he says, your God. So that's how God can have a God. If the Father says it, it's simple. It's right there.
Yeah.
And Sam Shamoon actually has an interesting point. I got to watch his video on it, but he says, he says that's quoting Psalms 45 or whatever. And a lot of people say that's speaking about Solomon, but he shows in the context how it can't be about Solomon just from the context. So I was like, it's interesting. So I got to check his video out.
Daddy.
Yes.
And I moved.
So, would you agree? Oh, he's back. It's not here. Okay, he's sleepy and he never just want to. He never wants to go to sleep. He always got to be like a grand finale.
Yeah. Guitar solo.
You sleepy, just go to sleep. Like, why I gotta be a dramatic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cry, all wild, and then you. Okay. Hey, so you
I tell my daughter.
I'm sorry about that. I'm disconnected. Yeah, I'm here, brother.
Yeah, so Asa, let me get your opinion on Romans 9:24.
Oh, okay. You trying to dive deep. Yeah,
Yeah,
you dive.
I'm just interested because because like I ain't gonna lie, that's my stumbling block because I'm like Romans 9 because I hear what you're saying is making sense, but I can't override Romans 24 when it says
Daddy, no walking.
okay, no, yeah, eat bye bye.
No walking.
Okay, give me that.
No walking.
Okay, go, go.
Okay. Okay, so Romans 9:24, it says, in us, this is the Israelites, whom he has called, not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles. Now remember when I was telling you that Israel, remember that word, you got to get a Zondervan Bible dictionary. Once you start going to look at a certain words and you'll understand their meaning, they have different meanings. So those when God started talking about Gentiles here, it's gonna show you the Gentiles were the northern kingdom. They chased off. Remember, they went and worship other gods. The 10 tribes went and worship other gods, right? Now let's read that again. Even us,
Wait, can I ask a question real quick?
has,
I don't mean to cut you off.
okay.
Can I ask a quick question? You mentioned Zondervan, right? What were you what did you want me to look up in Zondervan?
The word Gentiles.
Look up Gentiles?
Gentiles. All right, you got a Zondervan with you?
Yeah.
Oh man, you see, read the definition. It'll make things much clearer. So when you read a parable, well, this is not a parable, but it's not a dark parable. It's just sometimes when Paul's letters are hard to understand because when he was writing to the churches, he couldn't say that he was talking about all Israel is going to be saved because they were under Roman rulership. So it's like, wait a minute, God ain't going. Wait a minute, we the Romans. We descend from the Greeks. You mean God ain't got no love for us? But yet they didn't care anything about God back then. They just said, look, the Romans and the Greeks that you read about. So when you look at Romans and Greeks and Colossians and Philippians and Ephesians, those were all Israelites who had left the laws of God and now they're under captivity under Greek and Roman rulership. Just like how we are. When our ancestors left Africa, they didn't become just American. Their nationality was still whatever tribe they were from over there. But now you're under somebody else's captivity or rulership. Now they name give us a different name, African American. And that's the same thing in the New Testament.
Can I read this real quick out of Zondervan?
My bad.
Oh, no, just real quick, because you just mentioned I just wanted to read it for anybody in the audience that wanted to look at this up.
Right.
Yeah, it's a few paragraphs. I'm going to just read the first one. I don't know if you wanted a specific part, but it says...
It's okay, brother.
Okay. It says Gentile, a non-Jewish person. This English term, derived from the late Latin gentilis, pagan, in the Vulgate of Acts 19 and 10, occurs occasionally in the Old Testament versions as a rendering of the Hebrew goy, people, nation, goyim, plural, but more frequently in the New Testament to translate the Greek ethnos, which is nation, tribe, and sometimes is used to translate Hellene in the Greek.
Okay, now go back. Now, can you go back to where it says referred in the Old Testament? Can you read that part again?
Yeah. It says occurs occasionally in Old Testament versions as rendering of the Hebrew goy, or plural goyim.
Okay, so it says of the Hebrew goy.
Goy, yeah, Goy.
Goy. Okay, so when you go into the Old Testament, who is God dealing with? Is he dealing with all nations or only the Israelites? He spoke Hebrew.
Well, it depends.
Well, yeah, I was about to say you can't say it's exclusively Israel, but you can't say it's all nations and Israel.
So who is it? Because
It's
in the Old
yeah.
Testament, all he did is dealt with Israel.
Well,
He was
Well,
only
so-
if you look at
Yeah.
Noah, you look at Noah wouldn't be considered Israel.
Noah was an Israelite. Remember. Let me say this. Watch this. Do any of you have the Apocrypha?
Apocrypha?
Does anybody in the Apocrypha? Those are the 14 books taken
Yeah,
out by
yeah.
the Catholics.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I can
let's
pull it
go-
up.
Okay, so that is 2nd Ezra 6 and 54.
All right.
2nd Ezra 6 and 54. 54. All right? Now look what it says. And after these also, who thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come us all. So of Adam, everybody, we all agree on that, correct? Without a shadow of doubt, everybody came from Adam. That is fact.
Yes.
Everybody came from Adam. And Adam was the first one. That is fact. No one can debate that, right? We all
Yes.
got that, okay? Come we all. Now look what it says. And the people also whom thou hast chosen. All right? So that's Israel. That's the 12 tribes God chosen. That's a known fact. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou hast made the world for our sake. This is Ezra talking to the Israelites for our, as a possessive word. He didn't say he made the whole world for the world. He didn't say he made the whole world for the entire earth. He said for our sake. Ezra is talking to his people.
No, right there, I agree with you. I was just responding
Okay,
to
now let's read the next verse. Watch this. As for the other people, the Gentiles, which also come of Adam, thou hast said they are nothing, but be like spittle, meaning spit, and has likened the abundance of them. He said all those Gentiles together, put together are like spit or spit.
Well, wait. He just
Wait,
says
no,
all those other people. Well, wait. Yeah, he says all those
people,
other
meaning the
people.
Gentiles.
Wait. Hold
The
on.
other
Wait.
people.
Let me get this off. Yeah, but hold on. Let me get this off. He says all the people who aren't chosen. So the key word is chosen. It doesn't say. Well, wait. I'll let you talk. We let you talk. We let you get everything off. Let me get this off. So the key word there is chosen. It's not
Right.
all Israelites, right? Because you understand. Do you believe that 2/3 of Jacob will be cut off?
Yes, because that's what the Bible says. Does it
Okay,
not say
perfect.
that?
So no, it does. It does. So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question then. Is so 2/3 of Jacob will be cut off. So then how does Paul say that all of Israel shall be saved if 2/3 is going to die?
All of Israel shall be saved that follow the laws of God and have the faith of Christ. That means when he goes into Galatians 3:28, that's probably where you probably at. He's talking about those that are going to follow Christ, the ways of Christ, and follow the laws of God, because Christ followed the same laws that Moses. Listen, when Christ was on earth, he read the Bible. Did he not? He read the Old Testament. That's the only thing he could have read from, because the New Testament was not created until 60 years after the death of Christ.
Yeah.
60 years after. So the only thing he should have read the laws and teaching people, yo, don't murder, don't hate your brother. It had to come from the Old Testament. And who were the laws given to in the Old Testament?
No, you're right. You're
The
right.
Israelites.
No, you're
The
right.
Israelites.
No, we
I'm
don't.
not, don't talk about compassion.
Yeah, we don't
and hatred.
disagree.
It's not-
No, hold on. No, you're right. You're right. No, you're right. We don't disagree. You're absolutely 100%. I think the confusion comes in when he asked you, all Israel must be saved. That all Israel is not going to be saved, because 2/3 are going to be cut off.
Right.
So that means only 1/3 of. So how can that statement be true when it says all Israel will be saved, but only really 1/3 will be saved?
All Israel that believes. Remember, this is in a parable form. Remember, he's writing to the churches, right?
Okay.
And then the churches are the Gentile nations that are over the Israelites. So he cannot say those people are going to, he can't flat out and say those people are going to be dead. They God did not say, he can't say that.
Right.
Because they're
You said it's a
over people.
parable?
But yeah. So
And it tells you that. If you want me to read it, it tells you that all writings are parables. He knows that. The moderator, he knows that.
Yeah, I understand.
All his words are parables.
So I understand. So what you're saying is, I want to move forward. So what you're saying is, when it says all Israel will be saved, you're saying all that believe of Israel will be saved. You're
Right.
saying, okay.
Right.
So
all
now-
those that do belong.
Okay. So you read 2nd Ezra 6, where it says the Gentiles are spittle, but then when we read Romans 9:24, it says the Jew and the Gentile. So it's like God changed his mind.
No. The Gentile, remember, he didn't read all the definitions from the Zondervan, he just read one. When you go into the Zondervan, it's going to tell you, usually it means a non-Israelite person.
Right.
Now, you got to take that word usually, that means there's another definition. And it says that the other definition means an Israelite or a Jew or whatever tribe you come from of the 12 tribes of Israel, they step away. Anytime you step away as an Israelite and you start worshiping another God, you become a Gentile, just like King Solomon did. King Solomon became Gentile-minded. And you start thinking like a Gentile. And that's the same thing that has happened to us throughout our many captivities as Israelites. It's happened many a times. 14 captivities, 7 major slaveries. That's history. That's history. It's written in Roman text, Greek text, the Babylonian text, Assyrian text. The Persian text is written.
Okay, yeah, you got it.
All right. So yeah, okay, that makes sense. So
Okay, can we just finish reading this? I just want to go down, just reading this. This is where we were. And so you'll see a little get a more contrast on what it's trying to say.
right.
In second, Ezra 6 and 56, it says he says they are nothing but be like spittle, and have likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And now, O Lord, these heathens, meaning the other nations, because the word heathen, nations and Gentiles are all the same. Even if you're an Israelite and you step away from God's law, you become a Gentile. Because the Gentiles were never given God's laws. We know that looking at the Pharaoh.
Yeah.
See, God's people.
The laws were given to the laws were God's people. So you're saying Israel, who turned wicked, they became a Gentile.
Right. And it's many of them. Many. great kings, great leaders, but they ain't wicked. And that's
No,
a fact.
I'm with
That's
you.
fact.
No,
Right.
I'm with you. I can believe that, right? Because if you don't worship God and you turn to pagan idols, right? Like that's what Gentiles do. But okay,
Hey, how
okay.
you doing?
The
So,
bully.
The kids vote free? Sure.
so now,
The code is 6469.
all right. So Asa, watch this, because I agree with
Okay.
you. I agree with you. Like,
I'm listening.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
but yeah, once you turn away from God's commandments and laws, you are basically a Gentile because that's what Gentiles do. But even considering that, so if you want to lump up some of Israel with the Gentiles, like the ethnic Gentiles, Romans 9:24 is still speaking to both of them collectively. So it's talking to ethnic Gentiles and it's talking to, I guess you could say, Israelite Gentiles together. It's saying to the Jews. I mean, 24 says, but not only of the Jews only, but also the Gentiles. So those Gentiles, which you just explained, is a mixture of ethnic Gentiles and Israelite Gentiles, right?
Right. He, to God, I'm gonna have to show you this where God said, I don't deal with nothing. I'm gonna show you that verse. God does not deal with the other nations of people. I'm gonna show you that verbatim. There he's talking about Israelites who have turned their back on God. That's what he's talking about. I'm gonna have to prove it to you. But let's stay in the same book of Romans and go to Romans 11 and start at verse 2 and go down to 5. Let's say
Okay,
the same book in Romans.
So you said read, okay. So 2 to 5. So it says God has not cast away his people which he foreknew. What? Well, woke you not what the scriptures said of Elias, how he maketh intercession to God against Israel. And then it says, saying,
Now,
Lord. God. I'm listening.
Romans 11. See?
It says, Lord, they have killed thy prophet. This is Elijah talking. And dig down thine own.
It's Romans 11.
Yeah, I'm reading
Romans
Romans.
11.
This is verse 3.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it says, Lord, this is Elijah speaking. Like he's doing a recap. Paul's doing a recap of Elijah. It says, they have killed thy prophets and dig down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. But what said the answer of God unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. And then it says, verse 5. Yeah.
They're not going into the Gentile mind state. There's no will that Baal is Satan. B-A-A-L, that's Satan. So they're saying, we're not going to be Gentile minded. See, he's only talking about Israelites. That's all this Bible is about Israelites. You have the other people in it, without a doubt.
And Gentiles.
Right. Those other nations, God don't do it. I got to get the verse. But go ahead, continue, brother. My fault.
Yeah, I was pretty much. And then he says, that was it. That was verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
But how about, because if you
No, actually, Romans 9, it's right where you were in Romans 9. What am I looking at? It's right there where you were in Romans 9.
Romans 9 and what?
You see, Romans 9. What were you at? You were at 24, right?
Yeah, that's what I read. 24.
Okay, now watch this. Start at 24 and read down. Let's see who he's talking about. So start at 24 and read down to 27.
Okay, so 24 says, even us, whom he have called, not of the Jews only, but also the Gentiles, right? And then it says, as he saith also in OC, I will call them my people.
OC is Hosea in the Old Testament. That's
Right.
what OC is.
Right. It says, because in my translation, it says Hosea. You're right. It says, I will call them my people, which were not my people, and her beloved,
Now,
which is.
listen, you see
Which,
that? Now,
yeah,
you
yes,
see that?
yes, I do.
Now, can I say it says, even us, which are Israelites, whom you call, because God called the seed of Jacob, which are the 12 tribes of Israel. That's way back in the book of Genesis. So he says, not of the Jews only, which was the southern kingdom. Remember, the southern kingdom is the Jews. That's Judah, Levi, and Benjamin are the Jews. The other 10 tribes is the northern kingdom. They were called Israel. They were called Israel. Now, they left. Remember, they left and became Gentiles. That's why he says, not of the Jews only, but our other brothers, who have become Gentiles.
Wait, let me ask you this. How did they become Gentiles?
Because in the Old Testament, see, going back into the past, in the Old Testament, after King Solomon died, his son took over. His son was wicked. Jeroboam, whatever his name was. He was wicked. And he took the kingdom, and the northern kingdom, they said to hell with God's laws, to hell with dealing with the southern kingdom, which were the Jews, because they were known as Israel, the 10 tribes. They left and started worshiping other gods. So he called them Gentiles. They are Gentiles. This is what he's meaning here. Now keep reading, brother. Keep reading. My bad. Keep reading.
So verse 20. This says, which were not. It says, which were not.
Yes.
Yes. So it says, which were not my people, and her beloved. Okay, I read that. Which was not beloved.
Start at the top. Start at the top again.
Okay, so it says, even us. Stop. So it says, even us, whom he have called, not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles. It says, as he said also in Hosea, it says, I will call them my people.
Those Gentiles, that was the northern kingdom that left, those are still God's people. Those are natural born Israelites. Keep reading.
Okay, so it says, and it shall come to pass.
No, go back up to 25.
It says, and he said also in OC, I will call them my people, which were not my people, and her beloved.
When they turn their back, they wasn't his people anymore, even though they were his people. But when you turn your back on God, he considers you not his people. They were Israelites. They are Israelites. Those are God's chosen people. That's why he says, I will call them my people, which are not my people, and her beloved, meaning Israel, which was not beloved. The Israelites are not a beloved people, no matter where they went. When they went into Greek captivity, they were not loved. When they went into Roman captivity, Colossians, Romans, you see what they did? You see how they killed Peter, Paul, all the apostles. The other nations killed the prophets. The other nations cut Paul in half and had his wife upside down and cut her in half. The other nations did that.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you breaking up for a second.
You were right. Like during the split, northern Israel was most likely following after the idols. They kept the shrines and that type of thing.
Correct.
But when you keep reading to 2 Kings 17, it eventually said even Judah started to worship the idols like Ahab, King Ahab. And then it says for that reason, the Assyrians, God had caused the Assyrians.
That's right. That's right. That's absolutely 100%. Now, go back to you said at 24, so you'll see it again, right? Eventually, the southern kingdom, the Jews left. And
Right.
the Jews became Gentile minded. Now, when you go back to your Romans, you see that? Not only of the Jews only, but now the Jews had to be grafted back in, just like which is the Jews, which is southern kingdom, they have to be drafted in, just like the northern kingdom. So they all became Gentiles. That's why I said even us, whom God has called, not of the Jews only, not only the Jews became Gentiles, but also the northern kingdom who became Gentiles. He just called them Gentiles instead of saying the northern kingdom or northern Israel. That's all he's saying.
Right.
So the things that when you have to go back and forth because I'm not in there. But I was taught that I didn't see a lot of this stuff, man. When I was running this stuff, I was like, man, you crazy as hell. That's how I used to say, no, you got to look at it and go back and forth, because that's how the Bible was read, right? And I didn't know this until someone showed me in Isaiah 28 and 9 through 12 how the Bible is supposed to be read. And that's when I started getting a much better understanding how it's supposed to be read. You just can't read it in like the Cat in the Hat book or any other book on planet Earth. It can't be read like that. So, but you're absolutely correct on the Southern Kingdom, which was the Jews, they became Gentiles. So when you get down to Paul's writing, he's saying, all y'all have to be drafted back in by Christ. All y'all gonna have to start doing the laws again. That's why we went into that's why Israel went into captivity, went into this slavery, because they was a hard-headed people. And I know it's hard because when we grew up in Christianity, we were taught to be Christians. When I started finding out the term of what Christian meant and how they was making the term Christian understand was not nothing Christ made up, nor God. The term Christian comes from Greek, and they were making fun of the apostles that followed Christ.
Right.
When they said, remember at Antioch, when they went to Antioch, the apostles, the Greek said, oh, you must be Christians. And it says, and there they were called Christians. Well, when you got to look at that word there, what is there? In Antioch, that's a Greek city.
Right.
Greeks don't believe in God. They believe in Olympiad and Hercules and all that. That's what they believe in. They don't believe in that. So why didn't they understand anything about God? Because they didn't follow God. They are the heathen nations. Greeks, Romans, and the other ones, Ammon, Moab, Israel. Those are other nations. Those are other nations of people. The Bible even tells us about when God cut off Israel. The Abraham, man, he cut him off. When Abraham loved Israel, loved him. And God said, I'm cutting him off. He ain't my firstborn. That's not my firstborn. Isaac is my firstborn, even though Isaac is the second son. Because he said, out of Isaac shall thou seed be called, out of Isaac. And he says, I'm going to cut off Abraham, but I'm going to make him a great people, but I'm still not going to deal with him. Remember, he said, God told Abraham to his face, I'm not dealing with him. And it's at Abraham's side because he understood that God was not going to ever deal. They're not getting salvation.
Right.
And now, don't get it twisted. Everybody goes to heaven. But the thing of it is, in heaven, which is going to be on earth, it's the same thing. Everything is going to be in reverse, right side up. Right now it's turned upside down, but everything's going to be turned right side up. These other nations are going to serve the Israelites. The Bible tells you there are slaves in the kingdom. And this is what that's why when you got to read those curses in Deuteronomy 28, starting at 15, when he tells you the curses are happening to you, that happened to black people, the southern kingdom. It happened to the northern kingdom, which are the Hispanics and Native Indians and all those in South America and Central America. God gave them the lands over here. They went to idol worship again. Aztecs and all those Incas, they went to what they do, blood sacrifices, cutting your heart out and all the other, worshiping the sun. Those are the 12 tribes of Israel. They're the ones who do the idolatry, and God punishes the Israelites. He doesn't punish the other nations. When you look at black people, Hispanic, Latinos, Native Indians, we are always at the bottom of society. Really pay attention. When you go to our neighborhood, look who owns the stores. Look who owns the gas station. And it has nothing to do with hatred. It has to, God set it up like that. When you read the places, he said, these other nations, these Gentiles are going to get high. They're going to be the head, and you're going to be the tail. Why come in our own community, we don't own any gas stations? We don't own, why Koreans telling black people weed that they don't even wear? And it's only Koreans. Have you ever even paid attention to that? They sell hair that they don't even wear to our people and make billions. That is the curses that are upon. That's how we know God doesn't deal with them. This is their kingdom. There's no doubt about it. Every other nation lives deliciously off the sweat of black, Hispanics, Native Indians, Cubans, Puerto Ricans, all Africans, and our people that were left back in Africa and Nigeria, the North and South Africa, not North, but West and South Africa, those are our people. And they are oppressed. Think about it. North Africa is not oppressed. North Africa steals from South Africa because there's a difference when people think of Africans. When people think of Africans, they don't understand there's two types of Africans. There's the Nilotic Africans, which are natural born Gentiles. The Bantus are the Israelites who are Jews. And who are the poorest of them? It's the ones in South Africa and in West Africa. It's easy to tell when you start learning those curses and say, oh man, that's my people. They go through the same thing that I go through. When you read the curses, it tells you that we shall be known by a byword. A byword like the word nigger or spirit or this and that. When I don't care what country I go to, if I see a white person there, I'm just going to say that's a white person. That's a Caucasian, that's a European, right? But if they see a black person and you go to Go ahead.
Yeah. Can I get your opinion on the scripture?
Sure. You sure can, but I'll make it quick for you.
Yeah. So Matthew 10:5, when he says,
right.
Go not into the way of the Gentiles or the Samaritans, only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Can I ask you 3 questions? And you can answer one by one. So he says, go not to Samaritans. Who do you believe the Samaritans are?
I know definitely that the Samaritans were the northern kingdom. They were the Puerto Ricans. That's who the Samaritans were. When you go through history, I have a lot of books. Okay, what they did is they started following Gentiles. And that's why he's saying, don't you do like your cousins did. Don't you do that. And don't you do what the Gentiles do either. That's where that comes from. I got all the books to show that who these people are, who
I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to pick your. That's all. Okay, so when he says, "Go not to the Gentiles," who are those people?
those are the real Gentiles and those who have left Israel. You know, from the Old Testament to the New Testament, the 12 tribes will go back, they will repent to God and then leave. Repent to God, then leave. Repent to God, then leave. And every time they did it, he said to make it captivity. You can read a lot about that in the book of Judges. And I'll leave it at that.
And then when he says the lost house of Israel, who would that be?
The lost, now read it again. So you said Matthew 5?
Yeah, Matthew
Right.
10 and
10 and 5. Matthew 10 and 5.
So you said the Samaritans are the northern Israelites, and you said the Gentiles are the ethnic Gentiles, and a mixture of, I'm thinking, southern Israelites. And so, who would the house of Israel be?
The house of Israel also went into, remember what I told you in Romans 9:24? Not only the Jews, but the Gentiles, which is the northern kingdom, they all went into. Everybody went into. Remember, he said to Matthew, don't do this.
So
Don't do this.
But now what's interesting is that he didn't mention the Jews here, southern Israel. So he's saying, go not to the Samaritans, northern Israel. Don't go to the Gentiles.
That's the northern kingdom. Nor the real Gentiles, nor the house of Israel, nor the complete house where all 10 tribes went out into sin. But eventually, the Jews will go into sin too. He said, don't follow nor the kingdom nor the real Gentiles.
Right. So who would the house of Israel be?
The house of Israel will be the 12, the northern kingdom.
Okay,
because they left first.
Okay, so the Samaritans are the northern Israelites, and also the house of Israel.
No, they're part of the house of Israel. They're part of the house of Israel. They went into sin real bad, just like Dan, right? Because you don't see Dan as part of the 12 tribes of Israel, right? God, the demonic, he didn't kill them, they still here. But Dan should be one of the tribes. But what happened to them? Because remember, in Samaria, they were the tribes that built the golden calf. So God said, I'm a separate out so bad that you won't even be a tribe no more. That's why when you go into Revelations and when they talk about the 12 gates for the 12 tribes of Israel, we need to go to that so you can see that there's only 12 gates in the kingdom of heaven. I don't know if you know there were 12 gates that's around heaven. I don't know if you know that or not. But they only have the names of the 12 tribes of Israel. Would you like to see that? So there's no Gentiles, there's no gate for Christians and Baptists and this and that. But let's go there. Let's go there to see who is the kingdom for. That is great, but the house is a question, but it's in Revelation. Just one thing. Let me find it real quick. Revelation 21 and 12. Revelation 21 and 12. So we can get right down to the point, or close to it. Okay, in Revelation 21 and 12.
Yeah, just give me
It says,
go ahead, you can read it. Go ahead.
and it says, Revelation 21:12, and this is talking about the kingdom of heaven. And had a wall great and high, so there's a wall around heaven that's great and high, and had 12 gates around the kingdom, and at the 12 gates and at the gates 12 angels. So at every gate there was 12 angels, and the names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. That's the only people going into the kingdom. Everybody else is going to be on the outside. That's just fact. That's what the Bible says. There's no gate that says you can be a Christian or Baptist. You can't go into the kingdom. Those 12 angels are there for those who try to come in. There's other parts in the Bible that talk about that. You can't be, they like bouncers. You're not Judah. You're from this. You're from that nation of people. Turn around. That's why those 12 angels are there in each gate. And as you read on, it describes heaven right there. The apostles, 144,000, all that. How it's gonna look. So when you look at Revelation 21:12, where's Gentile? Where's the gate for the Gentiles?
Yeah.
There's none. And it's not to be mean. It's not a hateful thing. And I think
Right.
a lot of people get that look.
Of course.
What can I do about it? I didn't write this book, Lord. This is what God had. This is His movie. This is His movie script. And if God created a nation of people or nations of people that He didn't like, I can't say, well, God wrong for that. I'm not God. I can't go against what He says. He says, "Thou shalt not murder." Well, God, someone killed this man killed my wife, and you telling me I can't kill him? No, you can't, because I said judgment. See, I can't go against what His word says. And a lot of people think, "Oh, you Israelites hate white." No. You got the nutty ones out there that do, bro, and we've checked them about that. When hey, bro, you ain't supposed to be. Hey, sweetheart, I'll be in the house to say. Okay? When you'll say, "Oh, those Israelites don't hate white people." No, we don't. What we're trying to do is teach out how to love each other again.
Yeah, I thought y'all hated white
That's
people.
what I think. Hatred toward each other. We don't hate white people. Hardly anybody hates white people. Why do you think everybody comes to America? It ain't because of black people. What power do we have? What power do Hispanics have? What power do Dominicans have or Puerto Ricans have in America? We ain't the ones that's written that can empower you as far as monetary means. Yes, sweetheart. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. So, that's all I'm trying to say. There's no hatred, man, and I hate when I do see brothers that they let the madness, because they understand when you go into the curses of Deuteronomy that anger, it angers you. It does, and the Bible tells you that oppression will make a madman wise. And it'll anger you, and they take that frustration out, like, "Man, you did this to my people, and I hate you for it." But that ain't what God teaches. He says you're supposed to be peaceable around all, and unless it's provoked for you to have to act violent. So just to go out and for Israelites to say, and say ugly and mean things about Christians, because some people didn't know any better. We wasn't taught
Right.
Christian religion, so they don't know any better. So you just can't say, all white people want to kill you. You can't say that. You can't say all.
Yeah,
Right, want to kill you. These Japanese, they all want to kill you. They all want to kill you, and they hate you. they have the ones that have a dislike for us are in power. That doesn't include them all, but God still says these nations as a whole have to pay for what they did. Have you ever, brother? I'm just being. Have you ever went through the curses of Deuteronomy?
No, I never read the curses.
Like, that's I really want you to see this. Maybe you'll get some type of clarity. I'm not saying that you don't. I'm just saying I just want to read these some of these. I'm gonna show you what they call the transatlantic slave trade. This was written in the Bible, and they hid it from us. This is what they did. When I go through the history books, and my elders showed me, this is why they didn't want us to read. It ain't because they didn't want us to find out which way to go. They didn't want us to. They didn't want us to. Our history was written right here, brother. When my first person showed me this, I was shocked. I automatically knew.
All right, so look, so brother Asa, if you're available tomorrow, I'll be interested to hear that part because I told everybody we'll be off before 11:30, and it's like past 11:30 because people got but I appreciate you, and I would love if you're free either tomorrow or during this week. I would love to hear that part of the curses. Like I said, I never read that part before, and I'm very interested.
Without a doubt, you're gonna understand the truth, and I'm gonna leave it at that. But yes, I am open. All you have to do is, if you didn't want my number, I'll give it to you. And if you ever just want to talk directly, brother, just have a one-on-one conversation. You know, I'm open. You're my brother. Right. I don't hate you. I love you.
Yeah, I love.
You see what I'm saying? I love you, bro. I gotta learn to love all my brothers and sisters. You know,
yes, sir.
It's all praise.
I agree 100%. I appreciate you, and I value your time and your information and your mind. Right. But I told everybody that.
I'm like hearing y'all don't get it twisted. I love hearing the dialect. You know, us going back and forth to the it's a great thing for brothers to converse between each other. That's how we sort out things instead of with violence.
Right.
So.
That's right. All right, so I'm gonna close out because I gotta get up so early. And I tell everybody that that I'll be 11:30. We're a little over, but I'm sure they were entertained and educated and edified. I appreciate you, brother. I love you too. So everybody, I appreciate you guys. But it's only 3 of us, or 4 of us, whatever. But
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All praises to the Most High God. For letting us converse and talk to each other, but it was great pleasure. I guess the sister get in contact with me, and whenever y'all ready, I'm willing and open to talk to y'all.
Yeah, I'll make sure that you'll get the invite, brother. Definitely you. Okay, brother. I appreciate you, man, and peace. Shalom.
Shalom, brother. Shalom. Y'all have a good night.
Meats. Where's Meats? We need Meats. Where did Meats go?
Oh, is he done, bro?
Yeah. Oh my God. He will not be back on. But that's why I said no. We're not debating this guy.
Yeah.
It'd be a 9-hour conversation. But you see, I got the guy in Matthew 10:5. I tell you, man, I know what I'm doing because when I read their evidence, yes. Yeah, lay down, Yiggy. Yeah, when I read it, sleep. When I read their evidence, coupled with what I know, what I read for myself, I'm like, wait a minute. So how are you gonna answer this? That's why I asked the brother first. I said, who are the Samaritans? Did you hear that part?
Yeah, who are the Samaritans, right?
And I said, okay, well, who the Gentiles? So now listen, I know he can't say none of these people are Jews. You know why? Because the word Jew is not there. If he say they're Jews about the word Jews, then he's done. that means Jews represent something other than who he said they represent. So
Right.
he realized that. That's what I said. I'm normal smart. I'm not Albert Einstein, Elon Musk smart. I'm normal smart. So as I'm going to the arguments and I go on what I know, I'm like, wait a minute. So if I ask this question, he has to never say Jew or Judah. Yes. See, it means I know that going in. So now I'm setting a snare and trap now. So I said, who's Samaritan? He said Northern Israel. Who the Gentiles? Oh, then he messed up and said Gentiles are actually Gentiles and mixed in with Northern Israelites. So I'm like, all right, well, who's the house of Israel? See, now I emphasize house of Israel because remember, Northern is Israel, the HOI, and Southern HOJ. So don't you tell me that this is both. Or no, he got to say Judah, right? But don't tell me that because Judah ain't called Israel, right? When the kingdom split, Judah is Judah and Israel is Israel. So this is the problem they're gonna run into. Like I said, I'm normal smart, but normal smart is in America, normal smart. I'm basically Albert Einstein to these guys, right? Because normal smart is like a genius, and dumb people are considered smart because people they listen to this shit. But Meech, I knew he couldn't say Judah going in. I know that. So when I debate or when I question in disguise of debate, I already know what he cannot say and what he only could say. So that's why I asked who the Samaritans first. I didn't ask who was Israel or the Gentiles. I caught him off guard by saying, who are the Samaritans? Now, I'm glad I read Kings because now I know the history of Samaria.
Right. Yeah, so I caught that.
Yes, I'm even stronger than I ever was. Before, when I talk about John 4 with LJ and those Israelites, I didn't know the history of Samaria. I didn't know it started from, I thought Samaria was always Gentiles. I didn't know Samaria started with the king of Israel. Oh shit, all right. Oh, because it was always an Israel thing. Later, when they got replaced, it became a Gentile thing. So that's late. Oh, wait. Did you catch when I caught him with the? He said the house of Israel are Gentile minded if they fall to the gods of the idols. Did you hear when I got him with? I said, yeah, but the house of Judah did too. Later on in 2 Kings 17.
Yeah, he went right over that.
He was like, oh yeah, they did. I'm like, yeah. So are they Gentiles?
Yeah. So who would the Jews be if Gentiles are the Gentile minded? Who are the Jews?
Right, because all of Israel was Gentiles when they got taken to captive of Syrians. This is why I'm reading these books, dude. I'm tired of just not knowing and just gotta like pick, cherry pick certain verses. I'm now starting to read these. Now, I'm terrible in Jeremiah, Ezekiel, and Isaiah.
Yeah.
But they're going to be in trouble when I master, because Isaiah got like 60 goddamn chapters. Yeah, 66.
Yeah, 65. Or 66, yeah.
They're going to be in trouble because I'm almost done at Kings. I'm at 18, and there's only 7 more. There's like 25 chapters. But dude, they're in trouble, and that's why I made them. That's why I said, no, we're not debating this guy. And plus, I knew he was long-winded. He wanted to teach and talk forever. No, he's the wrong guy to debate. And then his phone is muffled. I really don't want to hear this guy. So
his phone was terrible.
So 2 things. I got him with Matthew 10:5, and I got him with the Gentile minded, and he said only Israel because he messed up when he said, but he has to say this. He messed up, but he has to say the Gentile minded because of their wicked ways and idolatry. Wait a minute. But you acting like Judah ain't fall for that. That's why I say, nah, but Judah. And you say, oh, yeah. He said, oh, yeah, Judah. Yeah, but why you leave that? Why you purposely leave that out? You purposely left that out.
Hey, bro, I gotta head out. I got a big party up in here.
Yeah. And I got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get with you later. Shalom, bro.
Shalom. I might not stay long myself because I want this video to be too long. But Oh man, I got that guy good. I got that guy good. Hey, peace, Timmy Turner, and yeah, they're crazy. Yeah, wow, and Donnie Williams. Yo, yeah, he just a few questions. Look, my purpose tonight was not to debate. I don't want to go back and forth. I want to ask questions and I want to deal with his answers. As long-winded as he was, I was patient. I said, okay, well, what about this? And then every question I gave that guy tripped him up. All my questions were calculative. My math was mathing. His wasn't. So these type of questions they're not used to. Because you know how I know they're not used to? Because I'm watching their debates. You guys, if you're here, you see me sharing the debates here. These questions not being answered because again, because I'm reading the chapters, I'm getting the actual information in perfect context, and then I'm thinking about their argument. So I'm like, wait a minute, if that's your position, and I read this chapter in full, this book, not chapter, this whole book in full context, I know what's going on. But if that's your answer, then what is your answer to this then? Because I know it has to contradict. And you can't allow that, so you gotta make up some stupid stuff like he did. You got to do it on the fly. So I got these guys making up answers on the fly. Like they're normally good when they're prepared. Like any other religious group, Jehovah's Witness, Catholics, Mormons, like when they're prepared for your questions and answers, they got a quick and swift comeback. But when you make them freestyle on the fly, I got that strategy because I'm a chess player. So most chess players that's good, they are prepared like these religious cults. So you got to take chess players in the deep waters where they're no longer prepared, and now they're just freestyling what to do next. And that's when you normally beat them, when they got a freestyle. Even when I lose, I got a freestyle. I lose in my freestyle. I don't really lose what I studied in chess. I normally lose in my freestyle. So you take that same strategy to debate and you understand your opponent. Like you don't undermine your opponent. You have to respect your opponent. Like, you're my opponent, whether it's Jehovah's Witness, Mormon, whatever, Mason, Islam, you got to understand that they are studied in what they are studied in. So you got to take them outside of that cleverly, unsuspiciously, take them out of that, and then watch they drown like this dude did. Like he did terrible in Matthew 10:5. And when I brought up Judah also being a Gentile minded people, he was done. Now, the reason why this wasn't so great is because his phone was muffled. So for him, I'm not going to do it. Now, you guys can do this. You guys got freedom to do whatever with this video, this audio. I'm not, because it's so muffled. It's just like terrible. I'll pass because I know I got more guys coming up. But he's from the camp of Israel. And they didn't do a good job, in my opinion. So with that, I'm out. Peace, shalom. Hopefully I got somebody next tomorrow or whenever, but hopefully tomorrow, inshallah. That's what